I think I can safely say that I have given up on the notion of doing one of these videos every day like I had originally thought. I think the main thing is I just don't have anything to talk about. And then when I do decide I have something somewhat meaningful or insightful, I don't have my camera with me. So I've just kind of given up on it altogether. I've found I'm not as interested in this as I originally was. I think what I did 3 months, 4 months straight of videos, and then I just gave it up. But I figured I'd go ahead and do one now. This weekend, got the pieces for Jeremy's DS in. I had to replace the shell on it. One of the hinges cracked on it, but now it won't charge, which is annoying. And if I remember right, there was an issue before where it would kind of charge when it wanted to. I don't know if it's an issue with the connector or an issue with the plug itself, because the connector on the inside of the DS, the contacts are weird. I don't think they're set right. And then the power supply, the plug piece, I don't know. I need to see if I can find another charger. I think I may still have Allison's in there somewhere. But I got it fixed and stuff, so hopefully it's nothing too crazy. I don't want to have to solder anything if I don't have to. This is much more compact than a laptop DC adapter or AC, what is the freaking little power connector on the motherboard of the DS. But I can say now that I can replace parts on a DS, which is cool. Problem is, if it is an issue with that, I can either take it somewhere to get it fixed, because it's well past any warranty that Nintendo would offer on it, plus me replacing the case on it very much would have avoided any warranty that they would have honored. But it's done. It's functional. I just got to figure out a way to charge the stupid battery. Because he's going to be an unhappy camper if I don't get it charged. I'll figure it out. One thing I've noticed in coming up on a full year since I got my divorce, and it's an interesting thing. I seem to be kind of doing the same things in my personal life this year that I did last year, in terms of when I actually moved out and everything was done. I know it's like last year this time I think I was going through all seasons of Star Trek Next Generation, and this year it seems I'm going through all of the Star Trek Voyager episodes. And I know I said this with the Next Generation. The storylines are very compelling in the way how they really are a commentary of our own society and the way things are. I think the difference between Voyager storyline and Next Generations was Voyager's more of a smaller group that you kind of get drawn into the family aspect of it. And there was an episode I watched a couple of days ago where they got this weird little time shift where there were two ships at the same time, and one crew was their ship was being boarded and killed, and the other one not. But there was a part where there was a baby that was born on the ship, and it was kind of sad, a couple of things that happened with that, especially when in one reality the baby died and the other one didn't. But then they had to switch. They had to take that. It was a weird thing. If you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. And then last night I saw the episode about where the Doctor made his own family, and it was it was a sad episode, and ended up the doctor's daughter died because of something that happened in her holographic life, and I got kind of emotional because it was sad. You know, it was a sad thing, and I remember watching it as a kid. I'm like, it was just another episode, and then watching it, and I almost remember back thinking, okay, whatever, this is just filler or whatever. It was that week's episode, and now watching it again as a parent, it's a lot different. And even watching it as an adult is a lot different because you see the things that they have to deal with, and I think this really goes with any show of this nature where there's a constant conflict with various types of people. You can correlate that to real life events. It really is just an interesting commentary on natural life in the U.S. and other countries. It doesn't even matter. You know, exploration, human intuition, human drive, deception, lies, murder, chaos, things like that. And it's just, you can take that out. You can take the science fiction out of it and use that story to any group within our culture as it is. I was making a joke the other day about how the Klingons would be, I don't know, some extremist group, like, I don't know, how did I say it? It was like, the Romulans would be like North Korea, the Klingons would be, like the extremist Islamists, the ones who are quick to anger and like to fight. Cardassians or China, or maybe no, it was Romulans were China, Cardassians were North Korea. Of course, the humans would be the United States and probably GB, but always the overall idea is for the greater good, but it never seems to actually work out that way. But and I think any show of this nature would be, you can make comparisons to real life. It's just how it is. But I think I'm kind of leave it there. It's Sunday night. Honestly, now it's Monday morning. I haven't been able to sleep at all here recently. In fact, Friday or Thursday and Friday I got no sleep. So when it came 9 o'clock on Friday night, we were all asleep. And then today being Sunday, my least favorite day, because that's the day when I have to take the kids back. And it's inevitable. Every weekend I will see some other father making that sojourn of taking their kids home to their mother's house. And it's just one of those things you look at them, you can see the look in their face. But most of the time, they don't want to do that. I will admit my kids can be a little stressful at times, which is part of being a parent. And as much as it is nice to get that break when they do go home, it doesn't... that need for the break doesn't outweigh the need for having the kids with me. Let's say like a 10% of me is, I don't want to say happy, but satisfied with taking them home, but that 90% of me is like, what is your damn problem? They need to stay with you. You need to have your kids. And I see that in a lot of people. I've got family who, they're familiar with the procedure, and I need to sit down and talk with them because I want to kind of get their take on it, because it's difficult. I don't like going over there to drop the kids off. I don't like going over there to pick up the kids. I just don't like going over there in general. I'm nice about it. I'm polite. I just don't like going over there. I mean, it's as simple as that. If I could avoid the trip, it would be avoided. I need to get some sleep. I've been out of work for like a month now, and I'm freaking going crazy. I'm stuck in the house all day, so I don't go out and spend money. And what little money I am getting in pretty much goes right away to the bills. I really wish something would hurry up soon with one of these damn companies who are being affected, who my employment is being affected by their bottom line. And the people I'm working with through the company specifically and through other kind of technical employment groups or whatever, agencies, it's all the same general consensus. We're in a holding pattern because that company, the company I'm trying to get working with again, can't come to an agreement when it comes to their funds. And it is just, oh, it's so stressful. I just don't know what to do. I think what I'm going to end up doing, I'm just going to go probably on Wednesday. I'm going to leave here, probably go out to my dad's house for a few days. Haven't seen him since last year. Or maybe it was earlier this year, whenever it was. Go down there, relax in the country for a few days. Kind of take a little vacation, so to speak. And then, I don't know, come back with a fresh set of lungs. I don't know, fresh outlook on things. I'd like to live out there, but I can't. Because I don't, I can't be that far away from my kids while they're still at this age. I've got a few things ahead of me as far as long-term goals, and I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. Because I need to get into some programs so I can be a teacher, so I can get into teaching. I need to figure out what I want to teach. But Allison's teacher she's very interested in the fact that I want to be a teacher. Her teacher last year was the same way. I've got a couple of folks in my family who are teachers, and it's just, I don't know, something I want to do. And I was seriously looking into like an ambassador for, the U.S. ambassador for whatever country. And it's an interesting thing, and I qualify for a couple of different types of ambassadorial work, but this whole mess that's going on in Libya right now has got me to thinking that maybe I don't want to do it. That and the fact that if I am an ambassador to whatever country, I'd be in that country for years. I'd only be able to see my kids whenever I can get back to the States, and then, on some kind of internet call like Skype or something. But the problem is, those Skype conversations would happen at their house, and I'd have to deal with the other people in the background being ridiculous. And I don't know, I don't think I could be that disconnected from my kids. They like being here, I like having them here, and I really don't know what's stopping me from making them a permanent addition to this home. They have a set routine here. They know their place here, and I don't want to say they can do whatever they want, but they know what they can and can't do here. All three of them. It's such an annoying situation. So I don't know what's worse. Missing an opportunity on something in my personal life, not necessarily my professional life, or not having my kids with me all the time. It's a difficult conundrum that I'm presented with, because for me to do specific things that I wish to do would require me to not be with my children. which is not so much of an option. Well, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm tired and I'm going to bed.
Hot dog.